Halvard Mabire, Miranda Merron, Class 40 Campagne de France. You've just finished leg one of the Global Ocean Race, just arrived in Cape Town this evening. Now, leg one, you were first through the scoring gate at Miranda Merron, which is more or less halfway. You led the fleet for 24 days, which is well over what the leg was. But you arrived second in Cape Town. Now, were you robbed? What happened?
Exactly. No, I have to explain exactly what happened. We share the apartment with the field, and when we arrive in Fernando, suddenly we remember we have no idea where the apartment is, where is the key, and we say if we arrive before the field, they was very upset because we are absolutely unable to prepare the apartment, to put the beer on the fridge, and we send the mate before us to prepare the flat ready when we arrive.
It's all an accommodation problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but was there any deal breaking moment? Because I mean, you have to be disappointed to be in second.
Yeah, but I think after Fernando we understand clearly we go for some reaching condition, some condition where the BSL is really fast, and we understand clearly if we take exactly the same course as BSL, never we have any chance to catch them, and we try to reduce the number of miles. It's the reason why we stay a little northern, and I think it was a mistake. It's always much more easy to make some mistakes when the boat is a little slower in some condition.
Yeah,
and also after Fernando, we arrived in Fernando really completely exhausted. And we have
from preparing the boat,
building the boat, and I think the field pushed the boat much harder than us. First because they are very strong, very rough as any Kiwi, and they know the boat probably better than us, and I think we don't push the boat hard enough.
And what have you found out about the boat that you didn't know before?
Well, loads of stuff. 6,800 miles worth of racing, basically. Prior to that, we'd done 2 short cross channels, and we'd sailed her down to Palma, where we spent most of the time finishing off bits we hadn't finished for the boat build. So I guess we stepped straight out of the boat build and finished the accounts on the day before the start of the Global Ocean Race, and straight into racing mode. And with 30 knots on day 2 in the spinner craft, we'd only hoisted the spinner to see what it looked like prior to that once. So I mean,
and so
probably quite a steep learning curve, I think.
So you've got a huge bank of knowledge now that you had absolutely no idea about before.
Yeah, but there's an awful lot more to come.
Well, and you've got an awful lot to do in Cape Town to get the boat ready for the next leg.
Well, yes, because the Southern Ocean is not a place to go lightly and unprepared. So there is a fair amount that we'd like to do to get the boat really ready for the south.